starting up fine. And okay, on both my monitors. What does it look like on YouTube? Hey, it looks pretty good. Yeah, so I got the cool little face cam in the corner thing. And you guys can chat over here. The lag should be pretty much 0, or as close to it as as is practical. Oh, and I'll submit it over here, unless it's automatically submitted. I'm not sure. I'm still getting used to this. No, it's not automatically submitted, so we will submit it, and we gotta get the link from over here. I don't know why it's telling me my stream is bad. I guess I'll check after I'm done. It's not a crying shame if the quality of the YouTube archive isn't perfect. So where am I? Oh, I want the URL. How to get to it though? This is interesting. I've never done an official YouTube live event like this. I've always done it through Hangouts. Maybe this. Oh yeah, sure enough. Okay. So I want that. Maybe not. I don't know. I bet you want. Because see, I bet if I go back, it won't have the little time signature beside it. Little time signature. I think. I don't really know what the difference is. Make a new one. Huh. Whoops. Okay. And we'll get it back from here. Copy. Paste. Copy. Oh, we don't even need that part. Duh. doesn't have a little time signature on it either. If somebody can clarify why some links have the time on the side and some of them don't, let me know. Alright, so actually I'm still pretty tired from my casting earlier, but I am trying to communicate with this guy on Facebook, and not on Facebook, on Craigslist, and I can't fall asleep in case he gets back to me. So in the meantime, I'm gonna program. So here we are, and where we left off, whoops, look at that, there's our IRC channel. I'll get out of here. Okay, so let's get back to programs, CPP, counting car, simulation file, git status. We're on the screen. Oh, I think we're still having problems with the unit tests not showing up for C-test, and if we do make test, it's behaving the way I expect it to, or the way I want it to. So let's I'll test that out. Oh, what do we have? Just build now, right? Yeah. Alright, CMake. Make force everything to compile with the B flag. Now what's interesting is I'm actually using Subdirectory to do this project, or this cast, and put up the little icon for the face. I'm using something else that just pretty much previews whatever the webcam sees. See, no test found. That's not what we want. So with that up there, the screen record, my image of my face would be here regardless of whether I was casting or not. I'm interested on how many frames it drops and how fast and stuff. It's smooth. Anyway, alright, let's get back to work. C test and make test as I would expect them to, but our unit tests are there and they're fine, and I'll prove it to you by running them at unit tests test.exe. Now see if we are here. I'll pin that tab so it stays out of my way. Actually, let's go to this. There. I think that allows me to monitor under the YouTube page, but who knows. Okay, so I bookmarked some of the old things. CMake reference. Okay, so if we have enable or add test, the test name may not contain spaces, quotes, or other characters special in CMake syntax. Maybe it's the period that's throwing it off. let's try that. So we want the unit test CMake file, and all instances of test.exe replaced with just the word test. Okay, so now we'll rerun CMake. Oh, observed apparently. Okay, so test. No, yes, no, yes. Actually, don't do that. Yes, no, no, yes, no, no. I could have done a better general expression, but I didn't. And send that to the background, rerun CMake, that went well. Force make to recompile everything. Check up on, no one's talking over here. But my thing did show up. Cool. Maybe I should have just put a link to the watch page, the watch people code page. Okay, it's done. CMake test. List. Oh, duh. We just want make test. C test. Bummer. That didn't work. Okay. Anybody got any ideas? I wonder if these count towards my views myself. I would account for 3 of my viewers. Or no, just 2. Doesn't matter. And I tab as long as the other one is up. Let's see. Whoops. Get rid of those extra windows. CMake will generate tests only if the enable testing command is invoked. And it is at the top. No tests were found. Well, why the fuck not? I can find them. Dumb computer. Alright, let's just do a query for it. CMake no tests were found. Enable testing is called from my source directory. It's right there. Maybe I need to do it beforehand. Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't need that many background processes. CMake. Make all. And ctest. Hey, so that was the problem. I needed to enable testing almost immediately. So, actually, I'm going to do it immediately afterwards, after opening. CMake. So let that be a lesson to you kids. Enable it for anything else, and you won't have any problems. And I'm going to add some comments to these. Not to this one because it's self-explanatory. New source CMake. Emacs source CMakeList. And I think this one we can just use target include directories, right? Target include directories. Specify directories to use when compiling a given target. That's what we want. And target, whoops. Private. That limits the scope of these include directories to that target and that target alone. Okay. Oh boy, sleepy. The named target must have been created by commands such as add executable. The public items will populate include directories property just for the target. Public and interface will populate the include directories. Well. How about target link property or link libraries? I think there's some specifications we can do there too. Specify libraries or flags to use when linking a given target. Let's see, looks like we can name the target libraries and what configuration to have them in. Link interface libraries, imported library targets, debug configurations. Yeah, these need to be linked no matter what configuration you're doing. And oh, now here's one. The public, private, and interface keywords can be used to specify both the link dependencies and the link interface in one command. Targets following public are linked to and are made part of the link interface. Libraries and targets following to but are not made part of the link interface. Interface are appended to the interface and are not used for linking target. So I think we could put private beside these, though I'm not sure if it would give us any benefit, since we're not ever going to use the in interface. So I won't. But I put private here. Packages can't reference the boost include directory without explicitly mentioning that they need them. At least that's my thinking. It could be totally misguided. Okay. So let's send that to the background. CMake. Make. I don't. That should be a semicolon. And test. Looks like we're golden. Okay. Source game CMakeLists. Target include directories. Yeah, that was silly. I had a redundancy in here. This line should be redundant. And I want these public because they should be able to find all of these headers. If I had, implementation specific headers, I would use but with a private keyword instead, and that way none of the other objects that are in this library could reference those headers without explicitly doing it. That's a, what do they call that concept? Separation of implementation and interface. There's a more eloquent name for it, but I can't think of it right now. Doesn't matter. I explained it. So let's test our stuff. Looks like we're still good. Cool. Got rid of a line of code. Great success. And now we'll go to unit tests. Okay, add the subdirectory, add an executable, now test. Let me make sure this is a mirror of the other one. Source. Target include, because we want this to be specific to the unit tests. I don't want my main.cpp calling a unit test library for no reason. It should tell me if that happens. And actually, I'm going to change this to I don't know. I'm not sure how this works. Because if I want to run, say, just the unit tests I've created for my my card objects, then how do I specify that? I don't really know how it works. But I'll worry about that in all of them. So I won't. I'm kind of getting tired of fiddling around with the CMake scripting language. I like programming plus. Because it gives me warnings when I use a variable I have not initialized. Fucking CMake. Alright. Find package. Target include directories. Oh, I forgot to put the keyword here. And length, then add it as a test. And source CMakeList. So this one should be a mirror to this is a redundancy as well. We don't need that. And we do need that. And I think we actually want private here, so that we don't add the game mechanics. I've got to take a look. Yeah, see, I don't want my main test file to be including naked headers from the original program. It should just be grabbing headers from these guys, the test data, which in a second I'll turn that into test card, test deck, test hand, test game, and test choice. But I'll change, I guess I'll get around to all these compiling optimizations after I'm done adding unit tests the way I want them. So I think that should work for now if I add a private tag. It's kind of dumb. Moment of truth will come when it goes for the unit test library. Ah, it worked with that hitch. Okay. See, now if I'm right, if I drive it, it shouldn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. That's sad to understand it, or at least pragmatically understand it. Maybe I have a conceptual subtlety there, but so we'll save that. So I think I should get back onto the master channel now that it's all fixed up and good to go. We'll do one last test, make sure it's fine. Okay, and make test, and oh, something I'm going to do before I merge. I'm going to make a commit though, so I don't tragically fuck up like I did last time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. For some reason a billion just makes my computer throw up, but it can do 100,000 in 3 minutes. This should take 30 seconds. It should take 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put a timer on that to be sure. Oh, and actually, this is without any optimization levels. 5 seconds. So instead, if we make, oops, the CMake build type is release and make force. Looks like my Firefox has frozen. It's unfortunate. Guess that's what you get getting the R, huh? Hour or AUR. Is it even still streaming? Oh, there's a watch on. Oh, the guy above me is using a really tiny face cam. We've got... Huh. Well, it still looks like it's streaming, so... Sleeping dogs lie. Okay, so, C-test still works, and look how fast a sixth of the time. So if we do whoops, SERP tool, why is it simulation 3 1 2 3 1 2 100 million hands of blackjack. Whoops. We don't want that. 10 million. This is... Look at that. This is with 2. So the flag that it was compiled with in GCC is now 02. Okay, I've got to kill my Firefox sessions. Two, 6, 2, 1. Oh, that didn't work. Am I doing something wrong? Oh. Wonder what pkill does. And why I had that in my head. Oh. Well, I could have, two birds with one stone, done it like that. That's why I had it in my head. Okay. Okay. Oops. So, I'll start again. Menu, start Firefox. And I want to take you to a bookmark, CMake useful variables. See, I think oh shit. Hold on a sec. Someone's at the door, and it might be this old lady that I helped move into I helped her move into a place once, and now she won't leave me alone. Nope. Word cool. Give me a second. I'm setting up or rather I'm pulling up the Reddit, not Reddit. I'm pulling up watchpeoplecode.com over on my external monitor. Or second monitor, I should say. You have to give me one more second. Watch my system update for a second. my Craigslist contact got back to me, and I'll send him a quick reply on email right now, and I'll be back to you in a sec. 1 sec. Okay. Looks like, oh. Why didn't I think of that before? See, I don't really, I want to be able to search Chrome without, you know, risking sharing any, because I'm signed in under my personal account there and stuff. I don't really want to share this over the channel. So I'll just bring it up in my external monitor. Smart guy. Alright. Also, if you like The Watchmen, did you know that there's an ultimate with like a lot of stuff in it? It's pretty cool. Copy username. Bullshit, that's the wrong password. If you need a good local password manager, I LastPass, or no, not LastPass, KeyPass, and not KeyPass X. I like KeyPass. I think it's on 2 now. Yeah, it's on 2.28. I almost rounded up to 3. Like, you can round up a version number. Alright. Oh, well, fuck that. I can just do that in Chrome. And there we go. Okay, much better. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is I want to specify where to send all these random ass fucking files and shit. Cause I don't want a source folder and a unit test folder in my build folder. It doesn't make any sense. Those already exist. So what's even in these? I don't lists. See, I've got all my building shit for that here. I don't know what to do with that. Where do I put that shit? Not here. It's not where it belongs. So, I think I might do later. Set this up to use my cell phone as a. Oh, that reminds me. I should give this contact information, but use my cell phone as a webcam so you guys get a better view. Cause the one I have right now is kind of annoying, at least to me. Ooh, and if you're doing a YouTube live event, you can have 2 cameras going, and one could be my desktop, and one could be dedicated to my face. Give me 1 sec. I'm really sorry. I've been really boring for a few minutes here. I tried to set it up earlier to use the phone as a webcam. Because I had this. Well, actually, I have a better webcam on my other laptop, but my other laptop has an awful keyboard, right? So I'd rather do it here. But so I thought, Linux, everything's a file. So I guess I could give you a view of my face, because that's. There you go. In Linux, everything's a file. So I thought I could just could make a symlink to the because your webcam is just this thing /dev/video, or at least it. Let's see, like let's say Emacs dev video 0, right? Well, I have the same thing running on my other laptop, so I think link the two off of like a something. Nah, doesn't work. Everything's a file. But then files break down into different types, and it can't be impossible, but it was too much work for what I was expecting, and I was dissatisfied. I was frustrated. I'm the frustrated programmer. That's get distracted going on pontificating about this damn thing. So, attention until that guy talks to me again. Okay, so what else is there? So we have CMake binary directory. Current binary directory. Current list file. I don't know what a list file is. I wonder what that is. CMake list file. Did I spell right? Yeah, I did. These are not good results. Neither of these. Alright. Sorry, DuckDuckGo. Oh. This is just some sort of vocabulary term, a catch-all term for CMake lists files. It's a shortened word. They're just called list files. Gotcha. Okay. We can move on. This is the full path to the list file currently being processed. So, for instance, if we were here and I said, what's the current list file? That variable that we just saw, CMake current list file, CMake current list file would be current working directory, echo oh, well, we're in build, but just pretend those are concatenated nicely. Whatever. I think I got it across. Okay. So that's what a list file is. CMake current list file, CMake current list line. This is the line number where the variable is used. Interesting. I guess that's good for debugging if, I don't know if CMake has a print command. CMake current source directory. We have already used that, so you should be familiar. CMake files directory. The directory within the current binary directory that contains all the CMake generated files. Typically evaluates to CMake files. Note the leading slash for the directory, typically used with the current binary. So it's that variable that decides where to put all the see that CMake files thing? If we travel into it, those are the things it's putting in there. What's in the simulation directory? Ooh, all of our, well, one of our options. I guess the other one's put in a, so it's, where is that library held, do you think? It'd be in game mechanics, huh? Okay. Okay. CMake files directory. We just looked at that. CMake module path. Tell CMake to search first in directories listed in the CMake module path. Oh, okay. We don't have any of our own modules, so that's fine. Well, the CMake installation directory. Executable output path. Set this variable to specify a common place where CMake should put all executable files. Executable files. I like executable, but it's not right. Executable file. Okay. Let's do that then. Make directory bin touch.get ignore in bin. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, get ignore is fine. Okay, and I wanted it up here though. Bin. And be cool if you guys like talking to me or whatever. We can check this. No, nobody's talked except the bot. Okay. What were we doing? Oh, that's right. Okay. Touch bin dot get ignore get add bin dot get ignore. Okay. CMakeList. Set output bin directory. What's it called? Executable output path. Okay. Or executable. Executable output path. To CMake source directory, or is it root directory? I don't remember. Current source directory. This is the directory from which CMake is started, i.e. the source directory. CMake root is... Why don't they just call it installation directory? Or because they refuse to write out the word directory in their constants. Oh, and there's a few here down at the bottom dependent on the project thing. Interesting. Man, there's a lot. Okay. I forgot what I was here for. Source directory. Source dir. Up here they've used directory. Those bastards. This should be dir. It should not be completely the word directory. Where else do they use the word directory? Is that enough to file a bug report? I've never filed a bug report before. Or, you know, I've never filed anything official before. It's inconsistent with the I see here. Fucking bastards. Alright. Executable output path is CMake source directory /bin. And we saw earlier library output path. we didn't see seconds ago. I didn't explicitly mention it. I'll look here in a sec, but I'll tell you what it's going to be. Source directory lib. Turn off caps lock, damn you. Okay. So where was it? Library output path. It was right here. Set this variable to specify a common place where CMake should put all libraries. See? So now if I directory, remove everything. Keeps.get ignore, which is good. CMake build tab equals debug. Whoops. Looks like I'm oh, this needs to be a brace. Okay, and make. And test. The test failed. Well, that's not good. Whoops. Of things. Okay, that's working well. And unit test, that worked fine. We've got our unit test lib and our game mechanics lib. And so why isn't that working? Unable to executable unit test. Looked in the following places: release, debug, all the different configurations, deployment, development. Maybe Google has the, or DuckDuckGo has the answer. Able to find. Nope. Getting deja vu. I'll have to leave at some point. I still have about an hour. A little less than that. Leave that up. Did I give you copyright issues on YouTube? Probably not, right? Because I've seen guitar tutorials and they'll do whatever they want. Okay. Could not find executable. Back here. For as much as CMake is lauded as a suggestion, not a lot of projects have immigrated to it. I guess it is hard to immigrate or migrate, but still. Well, this is what fixed it before. And the root list file. Maybe enable testing after variables. background problem. Yeah, alright. I'm looking for my last CMake command because I don't want to type out all those capital letters. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we've recompiled everything. Still can't find it. There it is, motherfucker. It's right there. Man, dumb computer. Oh, if you're on a lot, you should saw the post with the I think it was in our shower thoughts, where the guy thought that the little speaker icon on your tabs in Chrome should be toggles for muting and unmuting the audio coming from those tabs, which is, you know, a dirt. But a commenter underneath there's a flag you can set in the options that isn't on by default, but you can turn it on and it actually enables that. And it was fucking awesome. So you know, look that up if you are inclined. Okay, back to the unit test problem. Okay, well that didn't work. And I didn't put it in the background because I had like 3 things in the background. Set executable output path. CMake source directory bin. let's look up those two terms. Executable, output, add test. Ah, that's exactly it. Generated 2002. They fix it? Tree in the subdirectories. What I have done in the past is in the top level CMake file, set CXX path to executable output path. And if it's undefined, set that to the current directory. End if. That's it? Oh my god. Okay. Why the CXX prefix? Is there a corresponding C test? Does CMake use CXS test path to find all the test executables? I'm going to try and I'm calling CMake flags. The executable output path is equal to the path plus your thing in bin. Library output path, lib. CXS test path, bin. CXS test path is just a variable name. It gets expanded in Kin's example in the add test command. Really? Okay, well if you choose. Oh, it's a, okay, it's not a CMake defined constant, it's a constant that the defined. Just setting the CXS test path or whatever you choose is not enough. The add test commands, you need to know where executables are going to be located. That's a crummy. Cause see here in the right here, or no, in the official documentation, which I told you before sucks, so I should not be expecting a whole lot. Add test. If command specifies an executable target, which does, created by add executable, it will automatically by the location of the executable created at build time, which I thought would, you know, set the working directory test property to specify the working directory in which to execute the test. If not specified, the test will be run with the current working directory set to the build directory corresponding. Oh my god, I can't read that all. If not specified, the test will be run with the current working directory set to the build directory corresponding to the first source directory. Okay, I think I understand. Motherfucker, I'm tired. I guess that's what I get for waking up at 4 a.m. It's not like I wanted to. just generator expressions. Yeah, who gives a shit? Same thing. But anyway, I would, considering this right here, replaced by the location of the executable created at build time. Right? Unless you've specified the executable output path. Apparently. Let's put underscores in between all these things. Maybe that will give us better results. This might be interesting. Not what I want. Operation types, CMake C compiler, flags. Find library prefixes, static library, post build rules. Search for CMake variables. See if there are any specific to the C test thing. That's the file we were just looking at. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Executable output path C test. That is the name that we're looking at, right? Let's look back at this one again. Tests in their own subdirectories. Root test, test object, test object, child objects. Oh shit, I gotta burp. Or yawn. Whatever. There we go. I added the test directory in the root's CMakeList.txt. I've created my first test and tried adding it via add test. And he actually went to the effort of, this was 2008. Oh. He went to the effort of doing a working or a direct path, not a relative path. No parameters needed. However, it's unable to find the test when I run make test. Okay, the because he hasn't defined executable output path yet. The documentation on enable testing mentions that ctest expects files and builds root directory. It does. Note that ctest expects to find a test file in the build directory root. Therefore, this command should be in the source directory root. So it does. It still does, 7 years later. Does that also apply to add? I'll mention an add test documentation of this. Looks like some other guy had the same problem. November, the day after. I guess he's calling someone else for the who's better. I think we miss information about your particular configuration. I do use add trouble. If object test built-in object test, then you don't need the extra, just put add test object test. Or in order to avoid name clash, object test, object test. What is the exact error? Do you get the same error when running ctest? I don't think executable path is set by CMake unless you decide to set it yourself. The default behavior of CMake is to put build executables in CMake current binary directory. Did you set executable output path as your main in your main CMake lists? This is true for me, but I do not use absolute file specification with add test. My add test used target name built with add executable with no problem. Okay, well I think I see where everybody so far is right and where they're wrong. It was reporting that it could not find the executable. However, this is certainly a pebcac issue. What the fuck is pebcac? problem exists between chair. Perfect. I forgot to have an add executable for the test program. Test source list. Fuck. Well, this was dumb. Create test source list. I've never heard of that function. And neither has the documentation. Though I'm not sure what the best method is, I don't want these executables installed when I do a make install later. While I'm nowhere near needing to think about the install process, it's too much to do before that point, it would be good to avoid doing it the wrong even if it works way. Thanks for the test. I was simply trying to follow the reference wiki page. It made no mention of needing to define the executable variable. Probably should be amended to read as you mentioned. Got it working now, thanks. I guess that's it. I see the executable output path. Is anybody watching this? Shit. One watching now on YouTube, which is me. Oh. Sorry, I messed up your front page. In the future, I will just submit as links back to watchpeoplecode.com. But I've accidentally doubled up by submitting YouTube on the Watch People Code subreddit, but also creating a stream on watchpeoplecode.com. Sorry, I didn't know. Well, is there anybody on RC? Whoops. Oh. Nope, just the alright. To it then. What is your secret? Tell you what we can do. Source main CMake. Nope, that's not what we want. CMake. Add test. Unit test. CMake Oh, there is no CMake in this executable output path. That should do it. Yep, that did it. I hate that though. I should just be able to say add test and then put the fucking thing. What was that? I did that. There was a almost perfect. Output path breaks add test. This is probably a CMakeList problem. You could say CMake should handle it, but basically Dart, which is what MakeTest does, by default look for executables in the binary tree in the subdirectories where the test is to the CMakeList files. They also look in subdirectories such as release, debug, etc. When you use executable output path, the executable gets played somewhere else. What I have done in the past is in the top level CMake file. Where's the original message though? For VXL, if I set output path and library output path, all of the execs and libs go where specified. But then make test any test execs. A CMake issue or a VXL issue? Is there a workaround? Fred Wheeler. Next message. This is probably a CMakeLists problem. Okay, we read through all that. What it says is output path set XX test path to executable output path. Else executable output path set CXX test path and if. And when I add a test, he always writes it out. And these are off topic. Why the CXX prefix? Is there a corresponding regular CTest path, or does CMake use CXX test path to find all of them? There's no rhyme or reason, he just picked that variable on his own. I'm going to try the following CMake flags. And they won't work because CXX test path is arbitrary. Next message. The variable means nothing special for CMake. In Ken's example, he set it to the top level CMake list and used it whenever a test was added. Top level, that's where the tests should be found. Anywhere a test is added uses the variable for the full path. CMake does not treat this special in any way. The code is merely programming the correct path for the executable to be found. It gets expanded and can. This variable could have been foo or anything else. Just setting the path or whatever you choose to call it enough. The add test commands needs to know where executables are going to be located. That's it. That's all she wrote. back in 2002. So oh, hey, someone's on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube viewer. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna leave pretty soon here. We'll try to figure this out though. I mean, I have it figured out. I think my only options are, let's go ahead and break this again. Y, Control Y. We'll comment out one of them, and then the other we'll leave it. Whoops. And CMake, make, ctest. Is it search? For all the folders I could put my things in, put my executable in. Current directory, the build directory. I could put it in the release, debug, min size, release with debug info, the libraries. Or not libraries, I should say directory. Anytime I said library in the past couple seconds, scratch that, replace it. Deployment or the development. Those are the only places it looks. Well, it looks there because, it looks in the current directory because the variable CMake binary directory, I believe, in the build directory. But I think it's defined by this variable here, CMake binary directory. CMake binary directory. I could set that. Let's see what else they have to say about it. Let's look it up in here. Binary. This is the full path to the top level of the current CMake build tree. For an in-source build, this would be the same as CMake's source directory. But this is an out-of-source build. Let's just do it and we'll see what happens. I'm not confident enough to predict anything. Set CMake bin binary directory here. No, to X output path. There, that's clever. CMake make ctest. And it still didn't work. What other things could we set? Binary directory, maybe current binary directory. Let's try that. Oops, Emacs. Oh, because I again all the way. CMake. And it still didn't work. Okay. And nope. I can't fix it. I can only... Yeah, I guess we'll just go back to the way it was when it was working. So we'll just get rid of that. And we want unit CMake. And we want instead. Actually, no. I want to make bin I need to bin what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for word unit and Emacs CMake test output path test. This should actually be executable output path. Can we specify a path when we do add executable? No. Forget it. Okay. Never mind. told you to do that? Crap, -r /bin/ unit test. Oh god, shut the fuck up. With .a. It's kind of redundant. Oh, and unit test. Oh. Do it. Not using that name anymore, or that. Or that. Or, yeah, we are. Unit tests lib.a. Lib unit tests lib.a. And git commit test problem, better structure, better compiling / linking scopes. Okay. Well, that's it for now. I might be back later, but I need to leave. Okay. See you guys.